We were just starting. I got the heating pad heating up. I'm going to get the star doll head off. You'll recognize her. She's actually going to be Omar's Rhea. Her head is going to be Omar's Rhea, new Rhea. Yeah, I just hadn't, again, another project didn't have time for. Pulling out hair, the only other spot I'd say is kind of a pain is the part, because your part is always plugs that are tweeted together, so you don't see the skin in between. Granted, they do have the heads painted, scalp paint and stuff, but still, they just don't want you to see much of the skin of the doll, so they'll actually tweed apart. They'll do the same thing for bangs. Like her is a good example of tweeting, because, you know, you just crisscrossed the plugs. You start plugs behind, pull one forward, one back, one forward, one back, and you just get that nice seamless part. But anyhow, so we're not going to pull all her hair out, but that's the basic concept. Again, a crochet hook makes things so much easier.
It does, and I didn't know about it until you told me.
And it does.
And
I mean,
it changed my whole.
And it's fun. It's therapeutic. You know, you work all day long, people piss you off, and you get angry, and you go home, and it's like, oh yeah, and you're watching the hair disappear, and it's very therapeutic.
When I told you how I did it with just the tweezers,
it hurts.
It's really hard on your fingers to do the whole thing by tweezers.
Yeah.
And you had told me about the crochet hooks, and I'd never heard of it before, and now it's like a totally different experience.
And you will have stubborn ones that, like, sometimes I can't quite catch that one I want to catch. Darn it, oh no, what am I going to do? That's when you just got to come back, and again, these things lock tight, which is why I like to use these, and you can get right on it. And they will pull out. I mean, they'll come out, there's no problem there, but, like I said, it's much easier using a crochet hook. So sometimes you're left with little sparse pokies of hair that you'll eventually need to get out. And like at this point, I'd put her up to a flashlight that I'd hold, and I can peek in there and see what's left. What did I miss? Is there still a little tuft of ball of hair in there? Which we know there is, because we haven't been getting it out very religiously, but it's okay. So anyway, this is Omar's very nice. He's letting me use his gals for demo here. So that's basically it. You do it until it's bald. And basically, you can pass that around if you want. Another little head we can go this way with. You're just left with a naked headed doll. The one step we can't show here, because I completely spaced it, is the acetone. I use straight acetone to take the scalp paint off, because 9 times out of 10 when you're doing a doll, you're going to be changing the hair color. Like she's going to go from this neat dark brown to pink. So I will take, after she is bald, I will take acetone with a Q-tip. I also buy those little makeup rounds. I don't use them for me, I use them for my dolls. Dip a little bit of acetone on them, and you just wipe straight off. You probably need a couple of them because the scalp paint is pretty thick. So once she's naked, she's in a state similar to that, but that's probably heated up. Let me see if we can't get her head off.
Maria is walking over to the side, and she is wrapping the doll. There we go. In a heating pad.
The cord's pretty long. I'll see if I can't get into camera view. But we're kind of limited with our thing. Basically, what you needed to concentrate on is and the hairdryer might be better. I'll do that in a minute too. Ashley's going to show us a little something with the hairdryer on her doll. Just if you try to get the skin, the vinyl around the neck, it just heats it up. So it's soft enough. If there's glue in there holding the head on, it releases it. And no, this thing is beautiful. This thing saved my life. I sprained the heck out of my ankle a couple years ago, and I lived in this thing.
Multi-purpose.
Yes, your head's already starting to get squishy. I mean, it's like night and day different than what it was not even just a second ago. And again, she may not be as firmly in there as Jem. Gems take a little bit to get apart, just because, again, the neck knob could be glued. You know, it's become sort of a ritualistic thing for me, so it's just like water, 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 pop. But again, you gotta be careful. You want to be able to just gently tug it, because you don't want the vinyl to tear. I also don't want to set that thing on fire. And just gently, you can kind of see she's got her own little neck knob that's starting to appear slowly, but I see a warning.
Does she have a T?
Yes, I don't know. I see it turning white though. That's not a good sign, because that means the plastic is a little fatigued. But what we want to see is what we're seeing now. The start of the little thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just starting to come apart.
Yeah.
It's just starting to pop. And again, right now, it's starting, but I don't feel.
Can we get a look at that?
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So you just start to see that neck knob coming out, but I don't feel like it's soft enough yet to pull harder. Because again, I don't know if it's still attached, I don't know if the vinyl's gonna tear. And again, it's a process. And don't burn yourself. But I'll usually do this with hot water or boiling water. And you just gotta be real careful dumping it. And again, 2 fingers on the shoulders, a grasp on the head, and just tug, gently. Gonna come? Yeah, it's a T.
That means it's a little more
Like on the
difficult.
inside,
Yeah.
there's a piece like this.
On
rather
the
than just
older
being the
dolls, like
knob.
early, like, 80s.
See, and this one here-
It's just knob and nothing else.
There we go. Now we're cooking with
But the newer
gas.
ones have this
We just
long
want to be
teeth.
gentle because we don't want to break it.
So the little girl
And
don't
that-
pop it off.
Yeah.
The head
You need a new doll.
Oh, I
is separated from its poor
Yes.
torso.